the game, cause see the boxing voice.
Welcome back, gang, for the first time and hopefully many more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notifications right here, this little bell, so you can get those emails every time we go live. Peace.
Undefeated rising prospect Teófimo López. Theo, gotta ask, man, how did the surgery go? How you feeling?
I had the surgery, what was it, yesterday? I had surgery yesterday. Everything is good, man.
Still got your hospital wristband on.
Yeah. But yeah, I just came back today from LA.
When do you look to get back in the ring? What are the doctors saying? When do you think you'll be able to fight?
Dr. Shin, who's a great guy, man. He did the surgery. I got 6 screws on and a titanium plate in my hand.
You fought with a broken hand?
Yeah, the first round. I fractured it. Yeah. It was after I dropped him. But he told me I could start using my right hand in October. And most likely, he said he could see me fighting back in the ring either November, December. So my next fight will probably be in December in Madison Square Garden.
MSG, okay.
MSG, yeah.
Now, I mean, you came off a solid performance on the undercard of Riga's program. You looked great. Put on the show for the fans.
Yeah.
What did you see in that fight that you feel maybe you could improve on, or something you want to get better at, change up maybe a bit?
A lot of things, man. I wasn't happy with my performance. As crazy as it is, I wasn't happy with my performance. I always want to do better. I know I could have done a lot of things better, but then again, you know, I hurt my hand. But no excuses. I felt like I should have kept my left hand up more, you know. But he couldn't touch me.
Right.
That's the thing. So I had my hands down. I was doing whatever I want. I adapted to him really quickly. I adapted to him. I found my distance with my jab. Even though he's taller than me, I learned how to close the distance. That's what me and my coach, we worked on, me and my father. But things I could work on better, a little bit more combinations, a couple more body shots I could have placed. You know, there's a lot of things that I felt like I was slacking. You know, that not a lot of people seen, but I can see it myself.
Right.
You know, but it's just basically that, throw more right hands, but then again, I'm very hard on myself. I'm my worst critic, man.
No, there you go. Now, talk to me. You've been very vocal. Obviously, you got to get back in the ring. You'll probably have a tune-up, you know, get back in the groove of things.
Nah, probably not. I don't need one.
You don't need one?
Nah, man. I'm always, I do what I do, man. They might put me with the guy that beat Felix Verdejo next. Yeah, it doesn't matter. What they put in front of me, just know I'm going to beat him.
Now, talk to me. With that being said, talk to me then about what are some names that you want to see maybe probably the next year or two. What are some names that, because you've been very vocal, what are some names that you would like to step in the ring with?
I'm always going to be vocal, but I always back it up. So what I can say is, like, I see myself probably next year fighting Beltran. You know, they'll probably put me with Beltran before they put me with Lomachenko.
Well, Beltran has to...
yeah, he's fighting Jose Pedraza.
Right, in August.
It's a horrible fight. I don't think Pedraza is contender worthy for the 135 right now. He just came up to 135.
Right, he just came up after losing his title to
Gervonta Davis, and he looked horrible his last fight.
Right.
You know, against some tall dude. I think Beltran is just too strong for him. He has a lot more experience. I think he's just gonna wash through Pedraza.
Now, that being said, I mean, there should be no issues making that fight as long as obviously you keep winning and Beltran keeps his title. Now he's a rugged fighter. You know, he's always in tough fights.
Yeah.
Very experienced. How do you see that fight playing out?
It'll be a fight. That's what I like. I like to have a fight. You know, I know at the end of the day he's a world champion for a reason. You know, and I know he'll come and bring the fight. He's definitely gonna defend his title. You know, he has a lot of heart. He's a true Mexican. He's a true warrior. You know, and that's what I like in him. You know, so I respect him as that. You know, as a fighter, I respect him. You know, but at the end of the day, like I said to everybody, I'm not really pinpointing Lomachenko or Ray Beltran or Mikey Garcia or Robert Easter. I'm pinpointing the titles.
Right.
So whoever has my belt, well, my dude, you got my belt. That's what I want. So
Exactly.
there's 4 titles, there's 4 belts. Whichever belt they give me, that's what I want. So it doesn't matter who it is. You know, I'm not saying I want this guy, I want that guy. I just want my belt. But the guy that has my belt, unfortunately, I'm at the fight him.
Right,
So,
you gotta see me.
You gotta see me. That's really it. You know, I don't duck or dodge nobody. My interest into fighting Lomachenko, my interest into fighting Beltran, I don't care about it.
Right.
They're just in my way of becoming the world champion that I set out to be. I believe I'll be in 21. My birthday's in 9 days too.
How old are you turning?
I'll be 21.
21.
Yeah.
Now talk to us. You just talked about Mikey
Yeah.
And Robert Easter, obviously Robert has the IBF strap, Mikey has the WBC strap. Now they're fighting next week in LA, unification fight. How do you see that fight play out, and how do you think, how do you see that fight play out first off?
Well, I'm going to say it like this. Congratulations, Mikey, on unifying the titles. Good thing, man, and just keep doing your thing. That's really how I see it played out. Mikey Garcia is going to win that fight. Robert Easter has been decreasing. I think it's probably the partying, too much hanging out. That's the problem with these fighters. See, that's the thing nowadays. I thought about it during this camp. You know, before I fought. You know, I was doing the track with my father. This is what we do. We do sprints, and when it gets close to fight time, and you know, he was telling me, all right, after we did the sprints, after we did interval runnings, he was like, take a lap. And when I was taking the lap, I was just thinking, and you know, things just come in my head, and I was just thinking, it ain't about how you got it, but about how you kept it. So if you think about it, it's not about how you got it, it's how you kept it. Floyd learned how to keep it. You know, and that's why he was TBE, the best ever, whatever he wants. And he can say whatever he wants to say because he learned how to keep it. Anybody could get it. Robert Easter has the title, but they don't know how to maintain it. They don't know how to keep it. And that's one thing that I know what to do. At any given moment, we could lose. But you got to know, you have to know what's at stake, man. You can't forget where you came from.
Now, I couldn't agree more. I feel like Robert Easter, I'm not going to say if it's because of the partying or whatnot, but
something's going wrong there.
I mean, you can't argue that his performances have decreased, right? So now he did change trainers in Kevin Cunningham. You know, he went down to Florida, got out of the DC area, you know, where he knew a lot of folks in Toledo.
Had headbangers and all that.
Right, so he left headbangers, went down to Florida, Kevin Cunningham. A lot of people saying that, you know, he looks good in camp, that he's been more focused. A lot of people also feel that he may give Mikey issues with his height, you know, and you and Mikey are about the same height.
I was actually a little bigger than Mikey.
But
first time I went to Robert's gym to spar out there, Top Rank sent me out there. I got to finally meet Mikey. I met him before, but I was smaller back then. When I got to meet him again, I was like, damn, I didn't know. I thought he was like my height a little bit bigger.
Right.
But he was actually a short dude, but it's not even that. Mikey has a lot of experience. You know, he knows how to place his 1-2s. And although Robert has the height, he doesn't use it.
That's true, and we saw that against Javier
Fortuna. He does not use his height. Same thing with Silva. Silva's tall, the dude I fought.
Yeah.
But you know how to close the gap. They don't use their height. You're tall for nothing. That's how I look at it. Robert Easter, you're tall for nothing because you don't even use the advantages that you have. So Mikey Garcia is definitely gonna close that out.
So whether he's successful or not, do you feel that maybe a matchup with you and Robert Easter, how do you feel like that would play out?
I'm too smart, I'm too sharp, and I'm too fast. And that's what everybody at the 135 division. I'm too sharp, I'm too fast. And that plays everything. And not only that, you know, I have a lot of confidence. You know, it's not being cocky or anything, but I know what I'm capable of doing. I've been there with great champions. I've sparred with great champions. So when that's all said and done, man, my resume speaks for itself.
Now, for a lot of boxing fans that may not really know who you are, what can you say or what can you tell the fans about you? Because, you know, you are an up-and-coming prospect, making a lot of noise.
Yeah.
You love to talk. You love to back it up. You love Fortnite. So
I love Fortnite. I can't play Fortnite, man.
But talk to the fans a little bit about you, for those that may not know who you are.
Basically, Teófimo López, man, it's the takeover. If you haven't heard about me now, you will soon. I fought last week, did an amazing show, and that's what I plan on doing throughout my whole career, man. There's gonna be better celebrations. If you're there to see things that you've never seen before, watch me. If you want to see entertainment, watch me. That's what I bring to the table. I'm a prize fighter, and at the end of the day, I'm here to entertain all the fans. I'm quick. They say I'm like Floyd and Mike Tyson put together. I'm all these things that you could think of, but I'm only one. That's Teófimo López.
All right, Teo. Thank you. Tell the fans where they can follow you, man.
You can follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Facebook at Teófimo López.
All right, thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
What is up, TBV family? Yes, YouTube has been cutting funding to their channels as of late, and with net neutrality going through its process, the internet is changing. If you want to keep your favorite channel intact, coming up with tons of content, and plus get hours and hours of extra content, head over to patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice to become a member of the TBV family and help support the channel. Peace.